Maybe you think you're absolutely cooked in online dating and it just doesn't work. I'm here to tell you, you're probably wrong. You're probably just making some mistakes, and these mistakes are fixable if you're willing to do the work on them, that is. I'm Ravi. I am student success coach in Naturally Magnetic Men, and I'm going to show you the work that I did with our head coaches, Coach D and Rags, who rebuilt my profile and got it working for me. So first things first, where was it before? Before I get maybe between 1 and 5 matches a week in the right locations. In some locations it was far less than that, and maybe 1 date a month. Mostly it was crickets for me over the last year and a half, really difficult. And that's just because the market got a lot more tough. Now in the rebuilt version, as you can see on the side, you can see it's a slightly different image. The rebuilt version, if I set the right filters, right? If I open up the right filters in the right location, I can get between 30 and 50 matches a week and 2 to 3 dates per week. I didn't get better looking necessarily. I just changed one thing, which is the opposite of what many coaches tell Asian and Indian men to do. And by the end, you'll see why your more generic profile, your respectable kind of image gets ignored, and you'll see the shift that actually fixed mine and got me significantly better results. Okay, so let's get into that. You might be able to relate, right? If you're winning everywhere in life and you're making progress, things are flowing, you work hard and career moves forward, disciplined, in shape. Basically, the work you put in is reflected in many areas of life, except this one over here, dating. I really get it. I did very poorly online for years, absolutely 5 years. We would get results. I've been on 300 plus dates. We'd make things work. We'd always test and iterate and find hacks and whatever. But the challenge I'd always have was it was women I wasn't excited about at all, to be honest. And 1 date a month if I was lucky. You don't want that. I would be able to get more if I dropped my standards a lot, but beyond a certain point I didn't want to do that anymore. So we had to get far more scientific and data driven. I did what you've probably done now. Better photos, yeah, sure. Better prompts, following the guides online. The numbers didn't really move. Didn't really make a big difference, to be honest with you. So I started to believe what many Asian and Indian men think. Maybe the apps are just rigged against us. Listen, I was wrong, but it took a while to see. And also there's some really critical information that you need to understand to kind of understand how Rags and D made this work. And I'll get to that for you. So let's keep advancing. Here's the profile before. These are not bad pictures, all right? They're good. But the issue that we had with these was it was a bit too respectable and safe signaling. So you can see polite, non-threatening, a guy that if he's a really sweetheart type of person, maybe a girl's parents would approve of. But this was just putting my life, when it comes to dating, to the slow lane. Really difficult. So many of the dates I'd go on were women who just were very combative, really skeptical, intense frame control, intense frame battling, bringing a horrible energy, to be honest, and it was just really unpleasant. I certainly was not attracted to these women. I did not want any of them. So hence we had to go deeper, as we do in Naturally Magnetic Men. And here's what was happening in this profile. It was coded as sexless. Image was just too weak in terms of attractiveness. And on a dating app, sexless doesn't read as, oh, he's nice, it's invisible. Okay, that is just you get scrolled right past. It's just a no. It's just nothing. Okay? Do you understand? You can't come across as this generic kind of guy. All right? Here's then the thing that's specific to us, high achieving Asian men, very motivated, very driven, the kind of guys who are going to massively invest in themselves and work on themselves, right? You've got the kind of image right now that might work for you in your professional life. You might come across as safe, reliable, secure. You don't cause problems. You're trustworthy. That might work in your career life or your social circle. Guess what? On Hinge, you are slapped. The same image is going to make you invisible on Hinge, or just bring not good results at all. So here's where I actually disagree with every guide that's out there. They all say look approachable, look warm, authentic. That's a bunch of bullshit. And that's why you're getting ignored. For a man, approachable and safe is not the same as attractive. And certainly, like, we are mostly working with Asian, Indian men who do not have like pre-selection, who don't have an archetype that is considered desirable off rip. We have to approach this differently, all right? So here's a claim that pretty much this video is built upon. Respectable isn't the right foundation of attraction. It's the thing that blocks it. For high achieving Asian men in particular, respectable is blocking you. You don't need to polish your safe guy image. You need to have the balls to get out of that and to delete that. And I know you might be thinking, oh, I want to be authentic, I want to be intentional, and all this kind of bullshit. You can stay in Delulu land, and then I can't help you. Or you can just take this as data and understand objective reality for what it is. That's your choice. I don't give a fuck either way. But if you are willing to do whatever it takes to win, well, I'll show you what happened with me, and then you make the call. What I actually changed was I shifted my archetype, right? From generic Indian tech bro to seductive masculine islander. The before archetype, it's not a bad looking dude, but it's blunt. It's generic Indian tech bro, yeah? Safe, muted, zero sex appeal. That was a very different man, to be honest with you. The after, totally different ball game. Masculine, warm climate, island energy, sexual, seductive, a man with a life that women want to be pulled into. I'm the same man, all right? Actually, kind of around the same level of looks even. It's not that I became better looking. I just presented myself differently. Look at them side by side. Look at the different signals. Look at just the energy you get off them. This wasn't a decision that was made lightly. This was me, Rags D, thinking, what can we do to get into a different segment of the market? And we decided that the profile that is going to probably work better for me needed to project a different energy, seductive, right? Even though it felt a bit weird for me at first, that discomfort is the price it takes to succeed, right? I'm not going to pull any punches. I'm here to serve you. But if this kind of like repositioning feels a bit too bold, I'm here to tell you that's a sign you're doing it right. All right. The rebuild, what it actually took. Obviously, massive shout out to Rags and Coach D, who've been doing this for me for many years. I'm not exactly necessarily always the easiest guy to work with. And, you know, I can be a bit stubborn. But these guys are real fucking OG veterans of veterans. One of the few people with elite kind of skills left in the world. And here's just the raw facts of what we did, yeah? Months of real SMV and fashion work. Totally deliberate repositioning. Check it out. Wardrobe, grooming, all of this. We switched it up. I started doing retatrutide, helped me drop a lot of weight. And then in particular, I take training with D and Rags too. But a big thing that I had to do was change how I carry myself and how I conduct myself and my energy, and just lean into something else. The image is really important because it's kind of like the skeleton and the scaffolding that you use to lean into a different kind of personality configuration. None of this was accidental. It's very deliberate, right? I went from generic Indian to black adjacent energy, island energy. And I learned that I can actually embody that, more warm, more masculine, more sexual. Every photo now serves me rather than puts me into very difficult position to get out of. And here's the thing that most of you guys probably miss. Building an image that isn't automatically dropped into low status, low attraction bucket is mission critical. It's the first thing we hammer in this program. I'll say it again, okay? I don't care if you like this or not. Your long-term results are more important to me and the other coaches in this program than your immediate emotions. If you're not getting the results you're looking for, right, it's you and your image and what you've put together. And if you want to get out of that, we can give you opportunities, avenues, and a system that can totally change your destiny. That part's about you doing the work. How I knew it really worked, it wasn't just the matches, which were really good. Of course, they're really good. Yeah. It was the way women talk to me now on those apps. That was really interesting. In 5 years on these apps, not one woman called me handsome. Even women I was actually dating, when I asked them, hey, do you find me attractive? They'd actually tell me they love my personality and that I'm a good person and how I think, but never my face. Honestly, even one girl I used to date told me, look, babe, you're a great guy, but you look like a fucking Rottweiler dog. Point being, it's brutal, but that was the honest before. My image wasn't working for me, all right? After the rebuild, these are some receipts. You can see warmer, favorable, handsome is right there in the first messages. These are real and unedited. If you come in the program, yeah, you can see me, all the boys are really doing it. Yeah, really doing it. And we are not exactly blessed with SMV or looks, making it work either way. Same face, it's just the image around it got recoded. That's the whole game. For you minority men, that's the game, all right? So, numbers, let's break it down. That's what you nerds are interested in, aren't you? Receipts. Before, like maybe 1 to 5 matches a week if I'm really pushing it too. And in the right locations, in suboptimal locations, crickets. I can tell you what my suboptimal locations are in places like UK. Cannot really make it where I'm from. Very difficult market for me. But other parts of the world, I can actually get something going for myself, right? 1 day a month previously to now, in the right market with the right settings on the app, 30 to 50 matches a week, 2 to 3 dates a week. That's real, that's legit. I tested that and that was my result. Okay, now I'm screening far harder now because I'm gonna leave this location and I'm still pretty ethical about it. I'm not gonna get anyone interested in me long term if I'm not able to stay here long term. Point being though, for you, 6 times the matches, 10 times the dates. Like, if you ain't doing well out here, like, bro, this is your fucking lifeline. You get me? Real replies, look at it. I mean, just different. These women are opening first. These women are complimenting me. Some of them like just soft asking me out. All of it happened after the rebuild. And I can tell you, all of the kind of like, the dates that lead to sex and good intimacy, they were completely different from what I was getting on my previous profile. Completely different. Previous profile, they rock up. They're like on interview mode, grilling mode, fucking battling, intense, horrible energy. Just honestly, man, I did not like the women it was giving me at all. At all. No offense, I'm not saying they're bad people, but they were fucking unattractive, like in terms of their personality. Now, the women after, totally different ball game, man. It's more like, yeah, I like you. Yeah, like you're a cool guy. I even find you attractive. So let's just see what can happen between us. That's what you want. You don't want to be playing this on fucking nightmare mode. You don't. I'm a man that played it on nightmare mode excessively for years. You don't want that. All right. So, isn't this Fake? Aren't you just hiding? Nah. You're wrong. You're dead ass wrong. That seductive archetype we built, it's not like a costume or something. It's the masculine, seductive man that is actually already in me. But it's just buried under a suboptimal image. Okay? I didn't invent like an entirely new person. I just stopped hiding my intent and I got out of denial about what I want and where I want to go. And I don't want you to lie to yourself. If you want a good dating life, if you want some form of like quality, which is a big thing for me. Yeah, it's not necessarily the numbers, but it's quality. I want to meet women I'm actually interested in. You got to own your shit completely. You got to bring out like that raw seducer in you. Because if you can do that, that can transcend some of the limitations you might be experiencing right now. Secondly, only works if you're good looking. Guess what, boys? Look at me. Yeah. I've been doing this quite a while. I'm not a good looking boy. Average to slightly above. Maybe. I am tall. I'm 6'5". But I certainly do not have an easy ride in this game at all. Far from it. And yet, 300 plus dates. Slept with dozens of women. Dated all sorts. Okay? All sorts. Just telling the truth, man. It's not about necessarily requiring raw looks. You might not have them. And that's okay. I don't have them. Many of our guys don't have them. Okay? It's about what you signal. A 6 with the right archetype beats a generic sexless 8 every time. I can tell you, I have seen it. All right? So, if you take one thing from this video, I need it to be this. Rebuilding your archetype is step 1. Stop trying to look respectable or safe. You need a slap if you can't get beyond this. Respectable men get scrolled past. Safe, nice guys enter into relational dynamics that you do not want. They are not leading, they are not being treated well, they're getting milked. I don't want to go into it, but look, you got to build the man that she actually wants, not the one that she'd approve on paper. Rebuilding your archetype from scratch is the first thing we're going to do with our clients. And it's why their profiles turn around so fucking fast. We don't guess. We use systems, psychology, archetype. We look at what's working now, not 5 years ago. We are working with people, minority men, now, in the most competitive markets in the world, in less competitive markets. Guys with not great looks, guys with decent looks, guys with phenomenal looks. Like, we are the brand for you. If you are Asian, Indian, some type of minority, we've served you guys for 20 years combined in the subject matter expertise that we've got in this company, right? And if you want that done, instead of guessing for 2 years like I did, to be honest, the last 2 years, first step simple, click on the call to action in this video, drop your profile into the free profile analyzer, and let's see exactly what your archetype's projecting and what's killing your matches. The only thing that costs more than fixing this is another year of getting ignored. So go do it now. All right? Good. That's all I got for you, boys. Let's get it done.